What's up, everybody, and welcome into today's video, which we are calling How to Make Money in Real Estate in 2024. It's a little bit of a broad stroke with that particular title, but we're still making money. It is a very slow real estate market out there. Inventory is low. Interest rates are up compared to what they used to be. Historically, interest rates are actually still low. Not a lot of people talk about that, but not a lot of sellers are selling, keeping the inventory low. And how are we supposed to make money in this real estate market? If you're new to the channel, welcome to The Cream. That is for cash flow, real estate, and money. We're full-time real estate investors. We are closing on deals week in and week out. We've been doing this for a long time, and we're happy to support you in your real estate investing journey. We are buy and hold guys. I would say buy and hold investors. That's the foundation of our business. We own and manage a portfolio valued over $50 million, but we still continually flip properties. We do wholesaling, we do novations, we do fix and flips. We're going to be talking about all of that stuff in this particular video, and we continuously are able to generate six figures monthly in our flipping business. So we do it all. We do the flipping, we do the buy and hold, and we believe pretty much every real estate investor needs to do that. You got to keep the flipping going on to keep the revenue coming in. That's oxygen for your business, especially if you're running your real estate investment efforts like a legitimate business, which you should be, and that's what we teach you how to do. But it's all about that buy and hold. You know, the number one regret of every real estate professional at the end of their career, what do you think it is? It's that they don't own enough real estate. So we are bullish on the buy and hold, bullish on the affordable housing, and we are doing this every single day. Everybody, we are going to be talking about in this video, how are we making money in real estate? How can you make money in real estate in this market here in 2024? Let's get into the current market. So the rates are up a little bit. You know, rates have doubled since 2021. Yes, the rates have doubled, of course. But historically, they're actually still pretty low. We can still create cash flow properties with the current interest rates, which are hovering around 7% as we discuss here, July 9th, 2024. So the rates are higher than they have been, but the inventory is super low. That's what's keeping the prices high. In fact, the median home price for existing homes in the United States is at an all-time high, $419,300. According to the the NAR, National Association of Realtors. So prices, the median price is at an all-time high. Rates have doubled compared to what they were in previous years, but the demand is still super high. That's what's keeping this thing going. The inventory is low because not a lot of people are selling. As we talk about in our daily videos here, in the current market, current state of the market, tons of homeowners out there, they got a low interest rate on their house. The average national interest rate on outstanding mortgages is right about 4%. And homeowners, despite them being able to sell their property at an all-time high price, if they wanted to, they are not willing to because they don't want to pay off a 4% mortgage and then have to go out and get a 7% mortgage. That's what's keeping sellers locked in, and that is what is keeping the inventory low. So, you know, hey, myself included, there's a lot of stuff on YouTube right now. We create the clickbait. Is there a crash coming? That's how you get the views, everybody. You know, newsflash. That's how you get people's attention. You talk about crashes. Doesn't matter if it's in the stock market, the real estate market, or anything. You talk about doomsday, and people are interested. Is there a crash coming? Everybody, we would need to see a major increase in inventory. That means builders would just have to go on a rampage and start building like you wouldn't believe. I don't even know if that's possible to really create a glut of inventory that would create a real estate crash. We're nowhere close to a crash right now, or a bunch of sellers would literally have to just all put their house on the market at the same exact time. That's going to drive the prices down. That's what a real estate crash is, when there's more supply than demand. We're nowhere close to that right now. There would need to be some black swan event to cause all these people to want to sell at the same time. It's just not happening right now. So, but there's still money to be made. That's just the current state of the market. This is on Yahoo Today, everybody. This is what everybody's searching and talking about. Will there be a housing recession in 2024? I'm glad at least Yahoo's put it out there. No, there's not. There's not going to be. Experts do not think a housing market crash is looming. Lending standards are much more strict now than they were before the Great Recession. You can't even compare 2024 to 2007, 2008. Everybody was getting a mortgage back in 07, 08. They did something called ninja loans. That stands for no income, no job, no assets. Here, we're still going to give you a mortgage. That was back in the Great Recession. That was back in 07, 08. It's a whole new ball game, everybody. The lending standards are much more strict now. And so there's more qualified buyers. These people actually have jobs, have income, and have assets. It's the opposite of the borrowers from the Great Recession time, 07, 08. I survived that time. I was a young buck in the game, driving neighborhoods and, looking for vacant houses. And that's still a viable way to get deals. Won't be talking about that too much in this video, but everybody, I lived during that time. Everybody was getting mortgages. I was pulling out second mortgages, third mortgages against some properties that I owned. It was just a house of cards. I went crashing down. I went bankrupt. A lot of people don't know this about my story, but I was bankrupt in 2008. After that housing crisis, I didn't know what I was doing. I was, debt. I didn't understand finance. I didn't understand values. I didn't understand anything. I just knew you could walk into a bank and pull out a second or a third mortgage against any property, walk out of the bank with a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 check. And that was the way it worked back then. I was not qualified to be borrowing all this money. Nobody was qualified. A lot of people were not qualified. That's what a lot of people were doing, is taking out loans they shouldn't have taken out. It's much different now because the lending standards are much more strict, and the housing market is not likely to enter a recession in the coming year. What about creative real estate? There's a lot of buzz about buying properties subject to, and maybe we can get some seller financing, maybe we could get some owner financing type of thing. And that's viable. In fact, the business model does make sense. It's just not scalable. We are actively making these types of offers every single day. We're actively generating leads. In fact, here in the coming slides, we're going to be talking about how we are generating our leads, how you can get your leads as well. But it's just so many homeowners out there. If they got equity in their home, which we're at all-time highs when it comes to the prices, many homeowners, almost all of them, have equity in the home. They're not interested in playing the game of let me take payments, let me, do something creative, let me leave the loan in my name. They're just not, they might be motivated, but if there's equity, you're trying to, futz around with this creative offer. Somebody else comes in behind you with an all cash offer, and they're going to work with the all cash offer. It's just, that's what we're seeing out there. If you're relying on a business model, really where the foundation of this business model is creative real estate subject to and seller financing, you might do one deal, two deals, three deals a year. There's no way you're doing this at scale. You're just not. Right? So it is a viable way to make money in 2024. It's just not scalable. You're just not going to do the volume you're probably looking for. I do believe creative real estate, like I said, is legit. It's a bona fide way to acquire properties and whatnot, but it's just a tool in the toolbox. It's not the whole toolbox. It's not the main thing here that we are building to build a portfolio. It's just going to be way too slow for you if this is your sole intention, is to go after creative real estate. But that is a way to acquire a couple properties a year, right? That's realistic. You can still pick up some properties this way. It's just not going to be your day-to-day focus when it comes to that. Now, realtors, there's still realtors out there. A lot of realtors are hurting right now. We've discussed this in previous videos. A lot of realtors are hurting because the activity, there's just so little sales activity when it comes to the current real estate market, right? But there's still realtors out there killing it, believe me. And those are the ones that hustle, hustle, hustle. In fact, that's the lesson here for this video or any real estate business video or talk that we do. Those that are hustling will get rewarded. So if you're a realtor or you're thinking about being a realtor, go ahead and do it. Just plan on working your ass off to be successful. And it's the same thing in this wholesale game. It's the same thing in getting great deals that we can buy and hold. The real estate investment game, it doesn't matter. Those that hustle will be rewarded. Is there money to be made as a realtor in the 2024? Absolutely. There's always money to be made as a realtor, but just be prepared to hustle. The average realtor out there probably does one deal a year or something, some crazy low number. There are so many real estate licenses out there versus how many actual transactions happen. A lot of realtors, they get their license and they just think they can, get excited and, just deals are going to fall from the sky. No, it does not work that way. You need to be out there hustling if you're going to make it as a realtor, a real estate investor, or any entrepreneur. I'm telling you, there is no such thing as this 4-hour work week and you put your feet on the desk and you wait for the calls to come in. Maybe there's some kind of, online hack or something like that, but not in real estate. You've got to get out there and hustle. And that's exactly what we do on this channel. That's what we do with the people that we coach and teach as well. So right now in the real estate market, the demand is outweighing the supply. There's no inventory to meet the buyer demand. So we got to find our own sellers. We got to create our own inventory. So this is what we are doing in our business. Number one lead source is pay-per-click advertising. These are the search terms. I'm literally giving you the search terms that are working the best for us. If you set up pay-per-click advertising through Google or through, Bing or some kind of PPC, really Google's the top dog there. This is what people are searching. These are the top searches for us right now. Sell my house for cash. We buy homes for cash near me. Home buyer near me. We buy homes for cash near me. This is what's working. This is what's pulling the leads, everybody. I'm not pulling rabbits out of hats here. This is exactly right from our PPC campaigns. And this is what we will help you set up for yourself as well in our coaching program. There's a link in the description of this video, creamlaunch.com. Hop on a call with us. Happy to talk to you, show you and talk to you about exactly what our program consists of. And people are making money, everybody. But this is our number one lead source right now. If you don't want to, while you're getting the set up, because PPC does take some time to get set up, everybody, just do PPL, pay per lead. We've got an affiliation with Property Leads. That's our number one PPL provider. Creamleads.com. Set up a free account with them. I believe they're doing some kind of promotion where they'll give you like $250 worth of leads or something like that. But creamleads.com is pay per lead. And that is just basically a company that already has their PPC set up. So they're generating leads and they will sell you the lead. And they will sell you the lead based on what county that you want to work in. Works nationwide. We're buying leads all over the markets that we target. We're in Ohio, we're in Texas, some other places. But PPL is the path of least resistance to start getting leads that you can get on the phone with sellers. And that is your job as a real estate professional. Create your own inventory from motivated sellers, but we got to get the leads. Okay? So we got to monetize. Once we got leads coming in, we've got to monetize every single lead. No lead left behind program here. How are we monetizing leads? Number one, wholesaling and novations. We like that play very much because you don't need any private money. One of the biggest questions that we get from people is, how do I raise private money? Well, guess what? If you're wholesaling and doing novations, you get to generate revenue without the risk of ownership, without the risk of taking on debt. You're still working these sellers. All you got to do is control the property with the right paperwork. And by the way, we have all the paperwork that you need. That's free also. Go to Cream Contracts, plural, creamcontracts.com. I'll put that in the description as well. And plan number one is wholesaling. We do a lot of wholesaling, a lot of novations. The ultimate way that you should be focused on, the ultimate thing that we are focused on, is buying a property at a deep discount with private money and then doing a cash out refinance. We buy it with private money, so we borrow all the money that we need to acquire the property and to fix the property up, and then we do a refinance where we can hopefully pull some tax-free money out of this deal and then add this cash flow property to our portfolio. This is the play, everybody. Fix and flip is another way to make money, but here's the deal. You get all the risk in a fix and flip. All the risk meaning you got to take ownership, you got to manage contractors, you got to raise money, and then after you flip it, how much are you really going to make? Is the juice worth the squeeze? So we still do some fix and flips, a few. But if you're going to be managing the rehab and taking the risk on a deal, why not make it a buy and hold deal? See, we have a finite number of good rehab crews. So do we want to be allocating these rehab crews to something that we're going to keep and keep the golden goose, or put them on something that we're going to fix up and then sell? And we took all that risk, and how much are we really making? Would it have been better to just wholesale that property? I'm here to let you know, after all my years of doing this business, I will take 20 grand on a wholesale deal all day long over 30 grand on a fix and flip, because there's so much more risk. There's so many more moving parts when it comes to a fix and flip. I like the business model of sticking to wholesale and novations for our quick flip business, and then buying and holding the way that we teach you how to do this with private money. Get 100% of the money that you need from a private lender, and then doing a cash out refinance, the BRRRR strategy to build your portfolio. Already went through this, but make sure you take note. If you're setting up PPC for yourself, or if you need help with your PPC, reach out to us, creamlaunch.com, or set up a call. We can help you with this stuff. This is what we teach people how to do. But these are the search terms that are working the best to bring these leads in. Here's the playbook. We get the leads coming in. We want to be all in for 75% of the ARV. That should say of ARV. So we want to be 75%. The purchase and rehab amount should be 75% of the ARV or less. If it is in a geographical area that we're comfortable owning, meaning we got boots on the ground, we got property management, and we got construction, then consider buying this with private money and turning it into a rental property. Now, everything else, the areas that we're comfortable buying and holding are minuscule. If we're doing these online ads, we're going to be getting leads from all over the state. So what do we do with all of these leads in areas that we're not comfortable buying and holding? Well, we're going to wholesale or novate it. That's it. Wholesaling is where we're putting it into contract and lining up a cash buyer. Novating it is where we are putting it into contract, getting permission from the seller to list this property on the multiple listing services, the MLS, getting it listed, and selling it to actually somebody who most likely is going to live there, who's going to use financing. So think about it like this. If you got a cash buyer for this deal, right, wholesaling is the way to go, path of least resistance. If you need to sell this property to somebody who needs to use a loan, do a novation. We teach this stuff inside and out. You'll learn it in one day, everybody. But the trick is to monetize every single lead that we are attracting, but keep the ones that we could be all into for 75% of the ARV in geographical areas that we are comfortable owning. So if you're interested in getting some guidance and really shortening your learning curve, we're here for you. Go to the website, creamlaunch.com, hit the big blue button, set up a call with myself or somebody from our team. We'll show you exactly what we are doing and how we're helping people, take people literally from no deals to a full-scale real estate business in 90 days or less. That's what we guarantee is we can help you. Whether it's your first deal or your next deal or scaling your real estate company, this is what we do day in and day out. Go to creamlaunch.com. Everybody, here's the final consensus here is don't worry so much about the headlines that you're seeing out there. oh, is there going to be a real estate crash, this, that, and the other. Don't even worry about it. There is still a lot of money to be made in real estate. We've just got to be strategic and we got to be smart. We've got to get seller leads. We've got to get off-market motivated seller leads, or we're going to be in quicksand. We've got to generate our own inventory and create our own inventory. That is the way to be successful in 2024. And then if you're a realtor, you can list these properties, right? If you're doing the model that we teach, wholesale these things, bring in some quick cash, buy and hold everything else, raise the private money. Everybody, this is what we are doing here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit a like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're passionate about real estate investing, because this is all we are talking about day in and day out. Everybody, we go live every single Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, so make sure you hop on that. We're here, happy to answer any questions that you may have. Hope everyone's ready for a great day, and we will see you all on the next video.